45 minutes of sheer bliss. Let's call it bliss. So there's a playlist below. Get yourself ready, get your mat out, get your comfortable clothes on. And we're going to start in corpse pose. If that's lying on your back, if you want to hit play now, let's get started. So we're going to start in the same position that we'll end in, right? Corpse pose or Shavasana. So as you lie back onto your mat, just pull the fleshy part away of your booty. Let the shoulder blades just sink into the mat. Let the arms roll out, the palms face up, and let the feet roll out. Take a deep breath in the nose, deep into the belly, and a big sigh out the mouth. Let's do 2 more of those. In the belly, big sigh out the mouth. Make whatever noises you need to make. 1 more time. Feels good, right? Allow yourself just to really soften, feeling your mat, the earth on the body, and just allowing the body to be supported. Now taking your attention to your breath. On your next inhale, just imagine that breath traveling all the way to your toes, all the way to your fingers. And the body is like one huge lung. As you inhale, the body expands. As you exhale, you feel the body release and soften. Breathing in and out of the nose. Deep breaths, but gentle and slow. Expanding and releasing. Anytime the mind wanders, taking it back to the breath, the expansion and the release. Now to really get us in that relaxed state of mind, that parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and relaxation zone where we want to be. Let's start with a little body scan. Starting at the toes. Take your attention to your toes. Feeling the body expand and release, the toes relax. Taking your attention to your heels. The heels are soft. The feet are soft. Expanding with the breath and relaxing. Now draw your attention to your ankles. The ankles are soft. They allow the feet to fall out. The ankles expand and then release. Your attention makes its way up your calves, your shins, releasing with the breath. The knees are soft and the knees roll out. Allow your attention to follow up the thighs and around the side of the hips. With your inhale, your breath makes its way all the way to the outer thighs and the glutes, expanding and then releasing with the exhale. Noticing how much you hold on, how much tension you hold in the body, allowing yourself to just let go. On your next breath, breathe deep into the belly and feel the belly expand, the hips expand. And with your exhale, they release. The chest expands and broadens with every inhale. With every exhale, you feel the shoulders and the back, the upper back, the lower back just melt into the mat. With no pressure, with no resistance. Just allowing yourself to be. Allow the arms to roll out. With your next inhale, send your breath all the way to your fingertips. And with your exhale, allow the fingers to release. The shoulders are soft and the face is soft. Notice any tension in the jaw. You might want to open the jaw and move it around a little bit just to let go of anything you're holding on to there. Allow the frown to soften. Maybe allow a little smile to creep up onto the face as you just really enjoy this moment of relaxation. How often do you allow yourself to just indulge in a moment of stillness and let go of everything that you carry? Your worries, your stresses, your doubts. Just let it go with every exhale. Now, hopefully, you're still all with me and you haven't fallen asleep. If you have, just enjoy that moment. Otherwise, I'd like you just to slowly bend one leg and take your foot to the floor. And then bend the other leg and take that foot to the floor. Feet about hip distance apart. Continuing to breathe nice and deeply and softly in and out of the nose. Now hug your knees into your chest. Now I invite you just to close your eyes as much as you can through this practice. Now we begin with the body scan to just fully take your attention into the body. As we rock from side to side with the knees hugged into the hips, knees hugged into the chest even, just notice what you're feeling on the lower back as you roll from side to side. Softly, slowly, breathing deeply. Any tension, any tightness, release your grip a little, be kind to yourself. Now slowly take the feet back to the mat. And from here, take the soles of the feet together and just let the knees fall out. If this is uncomfortable for you, you might want to pop a couple of cushions under your knees. This is called Reclined Butterfly, right? Because obviously the shape of the butterfly. But a very lovely pose for, especially for women. It's lovely to take your hands to your hips or the lower belly, round about the kind of womb area. You might want to make a little diamond shape with your hands. With the eyes closed, breathe into those hands. Now, throughout this practice, we'll be holding poses for a little bit longer. Just notice what comes up in your mind, any resistance. Try to let it pass and just take your focus back to your breath. You deserve this time to be fully still and fully present. Continuing to breathe deep into your hands as you feel them rise. With expansion, and then with your exhale, soften and release. A few more breaths here. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can come out at any point. Now really slowly take one hand to the outer right thigh and then to the left, and we'll just give the legs a little bit of support as we draw them up to the center. Lovely. Now just hug the knees into the chest again. Give yourself a good squeeze. Send yourself some love, some real love. Now from here, you're going to take your right foot and just place it on the mat, right? Keep the left knee hugged in. Now we're going to take that foot right up to the ceiling. So lengthen the left leg, flex the foot towards the body and straighten that leg, right? Now reach for either the knee, the calf, the ankle, whatever is available to you. And from here, we're just going to gently pull that leg towards the body. You'll feel a nice stretch all the way down the hamstrings, right? You might even get it underneath the glutes and also in the calves, especially if you flex the toes towards the body. If you're tight in that area, you're going to feel a nice release. All the poses tonight, we're just looking for a gentle release. Nothing should be painful. If it is, please pull off. But you choose your depth. Nice deep breaths, pulling that leg ever so gently. With the next exhale, you might want to pull it just a little bit more. Close down the eyes. Now ever so gently pull that leg over to the right hand side. You're going to feel a stretch down the outer side of the left hip. And the hamstrings, the calves. Lovely. Now gently pull it over to the left hand side. Really gently now. And never take it further than feels gentle. Gentle is the word here. For any of you that do a lot of walking or running, you'll feel this one. Now bringing the leg back to the center, cross the left foot over the right knee, reach behind the right thigh and just hug that leg in towards the body. Close down the eyes, breathe into it. You might want to pull the leg towards you even further with your next exhale. Again, gently does it. Couple more breaths here. Lovely. Now take the right foot to the mat. And let's just let that knee, the right knee, drop over to the right hand side. Let the top leg go with it and keep the upper body where it is. You might want to take the arms out and look over the left shoulder. If this is too deep for you, you can take the leg off the top and just have them stacked. Otherwise, just breathe into it, enjoy the detoxifying twist. Our body loves twisting. Give it what it loves. Giving yourself a good wring out. Okay, with your next inhale, use the muscles in your belly to draw those legs up. Now release the left leg and just pull it down to the mat, or place it on the mat, sorry. And then let the right leg just float up to the ceiling. Flex that foot, reach for the knee, the calf, whatever is accessible to you, and then just pull that leg towards the body. Breathe into it. Lovely. Now slowly draw that leg over diagonally across the body. I love that one. Flexing that foot if you want to take it a bit deeper. Now draw the leg over to the right hand side. You might want to take your left hand and just place it on your left hip, holding that hip down because it has a tendency to come up. And then drawing that leg a bit further over. Notice if you're holding on in the face, let it go. Now slowly cross that right foot over the left thigh and then just draw that thigh in towards the body. Oh, that feels good, right? Close down the eyes, breathe into it. Again, notice if you're holding on, clenching, soften everything. When you soften, you can go a little bit deeper with the release, with the connective tissue. Over time and with injury and stress, it can get really, really dense, especially for us women around about the hip area. So stretches like this, when you hold them for just a little bit longer, allows you to work into that dense tissue, the fascia. You're sending fresh oxygen and blood to that area, which in turn gives you greater mobility and release, creating space in the body. Okay, slowly take the left foot to the mat and then just allow the legs to fall over. Take the arms wide, and then you might want to take your gaze over your right shoulder. Deep breaths. Now with this music, for those of you playing music, I'd just like you to imagine that maybe you're on a beach somewhere warm and you can feel the sun on your face. Now using your belly muscles, slowly draw the legs up to the center. Release the right foot and then just hug your knees into the chest. Again, just roll around on the spine. Maybe you can hear the ocean as it laps against the shore. Now from here, just straighten the legs out. Allow the arms to float up to the sky above the head and just have a full body stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Oh, and release. Now from here, just roll onto the belly. Slowly. Okay, once you make it onto the belly, feels nice, right? We're going to take a pose called Sphinx Pose. So for Sphinx Pose, take the elbows just a little bit further forward than the shoulders. The forearms ground down into the mat, and you've got this action of pulling back, right? The pubic bone pushes into the mat. We're active in the legs, the thighs, and the toes push into the mat. Now just allow the body to soften. As you breathe, breathe deep into the lower back and into the shoulders. Allow the shoulders to release and just drop down. The gaze is forward. If this is too deep for you, you can take the arms a little bit further forward. You could even take hold of either elbow. Otherwise, we'll just be here for a couple of minutes. Sending your breath all the way down to your lower back. Close down your eyes. Now really slowly allow the head to come down. Make a little pillow with the hands, one hand on top of each other, and just take your forehead to rest on the hands. Wiggle your hips from side to side, releasing any tension in the hips. Take a deep breath in the nose and a big sigh out the mouth. Relaxation is the doorway to wisdom and compassion. Take another deep breath and release. Let the body relax. Now taking your arms out in a cactus shape I'd like you just to roll your body weight over to the left-hand side, taking your left ear to the mat. You might even take your right foot and just place it on the floor over. If that's too deep for you, just allow the right leg to rest on top of the left. You're opening out the chest, the left-hand side of the chest, right? You can lean back into this as much as you like or as little as you like. It should be gentle and enjoyable. If at all it's uncomfortable, just move back onto your belly and rest there. A few more moments. Okay, rolling back into the middle, we're going to take it over to the other side. So take your right ear to the mat and then just allow your body weight to roll onto your right hand side. Play around with the leg. Slowly roll back to the middle. Now, keeping your arms in that cactus shape, take your left ear to the mat. And then slowly allow the right knee to come up towards the right elbow, keeping the left leg where it is. This is called half frog, right? You can imagine a full frog would be both legs, right? So half frog is just the one leg. So the right knee is coming up towards the right elbow. It should come to about in line with the hip. If that's uncomfortable for you, take it down a bit. Keeping the arms in cactus, the left ear to the mat, and just chill here for a moment. Again, thinking about, hopefully you can hear me with my microphones on the other side, but think about expanding with your inhale, releasing with your exhale. Imagine your body is just melting into the mat. Everything is soft. You're fully supported by the earth. In this moment, I'd love you just to send yourself some love. Take your attention to your heart space and just allow it to radiate throughout the whole body. As you soften and just really connect with that part of yourself. Now slowly pick up the head as you release the leg and move the head over to the other side. Take the right ear to the mat and then lift the left leg up. The left knee comes up towards the left elbow for half frog on the other side. Deep inhale, big exhale, soften, release. Again, taking your attention back to your heart space. Feeling the heart radiate throughout the whole body. That sense of love, that sense of support, compassion. A few more breaths here. Slowly release the leg, straighten out the leg. Deep breaths. Now take the hands just under the shoulders, hug the elbows in towards the body, push in through the pubic bone, active in the legs, and we'll just rise up for a little mini cobra. Coming from the lower back, don't push too much into the hands. Exhale as you come down. One more time, inhale, roll up. Exhale, come down. From here, push into the hands, and we're going to come back onto the knees to a tabletop position. And from here, we're going to take a pose that's called Melted Heart. So keeping the hips directly above the knees, I'd like you just to walk your hands forward, allowing the chest to come towards the mat, keeping your hips exactly where they are. The chest comes towards the mat. Now, some of you may get all the way down there. Some of you might have your head or your chin even on the mat. Wherever you get to, just chill there for a moment. If it pinches in the shoulder blades, you can cross either elbow. A few deep breaths here. Feeling the chest, the ribs, the heart open. Now slowly come back. We're going to sit on the heels. You may need a cushion under your heels. As you kneel back, take the palms, face them up. Close down the eyes. Tuck the tailbone under. Lengthen the spine. Breathe. Beautiful. Now take your right hand to the mat, and from here we're going to reach up with the left, up and over for a nice stretch. Feeling that all the way down the left-hand side. Inhale as you come back to center, stretch up with the right hand all the way over. Coming back to the center. And from here, we're just going to lengthen the spine and twist to look over the right shoulder. Just ever so gently now. Slowly, slowly release back to the center and twist over the other side. Lovely. Coming back to the center. Now from here, I'd like you just to take your hands to your shoulders. Give yourself a little massage. Oh, get in right in there. Close down the eyes. And just do it with love. Lovely. Now from here, let's just swing the legs around, coming onto our bum. And as you make your way down the mat, we're going to come back onto our backs. Hug the knees into the chest again. Release the legs, straighten them out. Straighten the arms out above the head, have a big stretch. From here, we're going to take Bananasana. So I'd like you just to keep your hips where they are. We're going to take the legs and move them around to the right, keeping the hips where they are. Now take the upper body, the arms, move them around to the right. So just like a little half moon or a right banana, this lovely curvy shape with the body. You might want to cross your left ankle over your right. You may want to take hold of your right wrist with your left. Close down the eyes. Breathe into that side body. Again, thinking of the expansion and the release. If your shoulders are tight and off the mat, hold back on the arms and just let the shoulders sink into the mat and release. There's no need to be stretching, just gentle. I have to remind myself that often. If your ankles are crossed, uncross them, move the legs back to the center, move the arms back to the center. Take your legs over to the left-hand side and then take your arms over, making that lovely little half moon. Now cross the right ankle over the left. You might want to reach for the left wrist with the right hand. Now, these are all just options. You do not have to do those. Again, breathing into that side body. Allowing yourself to soften with every exhale. Know that this state of relaxation is really who you are. Tension is what we think our normal state is. It's who we think we are, but this is who we really are. Slowly release, moving your legs back to the center and your arms back. Release. Now, if you have a blanket, reach for your blanket. Get yourself super cozy. We're going to have a nice Shavasana. So as you get cozy and set yourself up for a relaxing, well, hopefully this whole thing has been relaxing, but a super chill. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh as you exhale. Allow everything to just roll out. Taking your attention back to your heart space. And with every inhale, the heart expands, sending a loving energy all throughout your body. As you exhale, you release, and that energy spreads from the body to the room. With your next inhale, And the energy from the heart spreads further, further from the room to the house. With your exhale, you soften and release. With your next inhale, this loving energy from the heart expands beyond the house, outside. With every breath, that energy expands further and further to the town you live in, to the people, the surroundings. Just allow yourself to be comforted in that love. As you fully let go. Slowly start to deepen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. Bringing your attention back to the room, back to reality. You might want to give your toes a little wiggle and your fingers. It might feel nice to have a full body stretch. Big sighs. When you're ready, hug your knees into your chest and just roll from side to side, allowing yourself to fall onto whatever side feels nice, and just take a little moment to rest there, embrace yourself, keeping your eyes closed. Slowly bringing yourself back. Then just very gently make your way up to a seated position. When you get there, eyes closed still. Making lots of noises, haven't I? And then just take a deep breath in the nose, right into the belly, and a big sigh out the mouth. One more. Let's take a big stretch up with the arms. Stretch, 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 up, up, up. Hands in prayer as you exhale and you draw them down to heart center. Keeping the eyes closed, start to rub the hands together. Just send some loving energy into those hands. Rub, rub, rub. Now just begin to take the hands, feeling that energy in between them, and just rub the hands all over the face. Cup the face and open the eyes and just breathe in that energy. Slowly let the fingers open, letting the light come in. Thank you so much for joining me in that practice. I hope you enjoyed it. I've just noticed that I have a full moon shining down on me, which is pretty damn cool. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a lovely, relaxing evening, day, whatever you're up to.